You're now experiencing the Gretna Bill Show.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Mike from Salsa Bicycles, and we're going to talk about a couple of gravel bikes that Salsa has out this year. And I'm going to turn it over to Mike. Go ahead, man.
Sure. So, honestly, without sounding like I'm tooting my own horn too much or Salsa's horn too much, Salsa is the bike that started, or brand that started gravel bikes. We were the first brand to make a dedicated gravel race bike, and that bike's the Warbird. The version we're selling now of the Warbird is Warbird V4. So it's had a long period of evolution, and each one of those has been changed and been an improvement from either adding comfort or features or whatnot. But it's a gravel race bike. So events like Dirty Kansas, Unpaved, the PA, those are right up their alley, especially if, let's say, speed is your number one concern, okay? We just launched 2 days ago the Salsa Cutthroat V2. Salsa Cutthroat's been in our line for since 2015, and this is the first true update to the platform. So it means the frame and the fork were redesigned from scratch. The biggest things we've done to the Salsa Cutthroat, which is another drop bar bike, is improve the front end. The fork is 32% more comfortable than the previous fork. It is also, that fork's available aftermarket. It's backward compatible to the previous version, so an owner of the first version Salsa Cutthroat can get that new fork if they choose. We designed the bike so that we could have a bigger gearing range. Every place in the country is different. There's some places where 1x works very, very well, and there's some places where a 2x system is what either the place demands or certain riders demand, right? We're all different. And then the other thing is even more tire clearance, as well as some cool things like tool-free bolt-on frame bag that will be available for the new Cuddy. Sometimes people will have a hard time deciding which bike's for me, which bike do I want, and the simplest way I would describe the difference between the Warbird is pure speed. Cutthroat, you're getting more stability. Think about the Cutthroat as being a drop bar mountain bike as opposed to a drop bar roadish bike or cyclocross bike or gravel bike.
Let's take a look at those bikes.
Sure.
All right. First one is
Warbird. They share some features. So the back end of the Warbird and the Cutthroat uses a engineering system that our guys designed that we call Class 5 VRS, Vibration Reduction System. Class 5 is a size of gravel common in the Midwest for roads. So when they're redoing roads, they'll be choosing Class 5 size gravel or whatever. That's where that name comes from. The key to the system on both the bikes is there are no seat stay bridges. There are no chain stay bridges. We make the seat stays as long as possible, and they're shaped, as you can kind of clearly see.
So you're going to get good clearance and a softer ride.
You get good clearance and you get small bump compliance. Passive suspension is the term. Lots of people are starting to say passive suspension. That's passive suspension. If you didn't design that with a rear through axle, you wouldn't be able to ride this bike. You'd be a noodle. That through axle is what pulls the whole package together and tightens it up. That same system works on the new Cutthroat. So we can look at any of these. Same thing. This is as long as possible. No bridges. Shaping. Through axle. A comfortable rear end. The fork on this is that new fork I was mentioning. So 32% more compliant. This is a 29 by 2.2 tire in here, and you can see the clearance that we're given.
What's your head angle on this model?
This is a 69-degree head angle.
And how does that compare with the Warbird?
The Warbird would be, I don't know the actual number. But
maybe more like a 70-ish?
Yeah, it's steeper. And the previous Cutthroat was a 70. This version of Cutthroat, we've evolved it to be even what we say is more mountain bike-like. It's even more mountain bike-like.
You know, we distribute Lupine lights in North America.
Sure.
And we really like these plethora of bosses for bike packing, but especially these two because we can mount a battery right there and then put your headlamp there. It's a beautiful setup for us for our purposes.
And we make you can bolt your battery there. We also make a top tube bag that you could bolt there, and then you could put your battery inside our little top tube
Either way, beautiful. Yep. And that way you don't have the Velcro rubbing on there and destroying your beautiful finish on that.
So on this new frame, if you look, you'll see some extra bosses with plugs in. There's a couple more up here.
You could actually mount our batteries up in there too on various different mounting systems.
We have a new frame pack coming that instead of putting your hand inside the frame pack using an Allen key to turn a bolt in to hold your frame pack, we'll have these small thumb screws, nice rounded rubber edge, feel good in your hand. No tool needed. You just use your fingers. You'll just tighten that in there. You'll have strap-free.
What's the
frame pack?
What's the these bars are flared out a bit. What's the angle on that flare? Roughly? Is it like 17 or something? 17
no, I think it's less than that.
Yeah.
These are our cow chipper bars. We have an even more flared bar called the wood chipper, but we spec'd it with the cow chipper bar, sort of a more happy medium. We also have a bar called the cowbell that offers a little less, but cow chipper has risen in its in what people like. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Check out our show, The Gretna Bill Show on YouTube, and you'll be on there. Appreciate your time, man.
All right, we'll do. Have a good day.